My name is Garrett Larson, and today I'm going to demonstrate the newest product in Sophos Cloud, our Cloud Web Gateway. The Sophos Cloud Web Gateway provides an enterprise-grade secure web gateway with Sophos Cloud simplicity. Understanding that many companies no longer want to manage hardware, Sophos Cloud Web Gateway provides security, visibility, and control for all your PCs, Macs, and mobile devices, regardless of how or where they access the web. A Cloud Web Gateway is important because the web is the #1 source of threats. With that, let's jump into a brief demo to see how Cloud Web Gateway works. You'll first notice that Cloud Web Gateway is managed in the same console as all other Sophos Cloud products. Within the dashboard, you'll see an overview of Cloud Web Gateway statistics. For today's demo, let's set up a policy to do some category filtering, block a specific URL, and even block by certain keywords. Then we'll check out the reporting we have for those events. For those familiar with the existing web controls, you'll notice the policies are similar, but we also add protection against confidential data loss, SSL scanning, and additional reporting across all of your users' web browsing, not just warned or blocked categories. So we'll first get this policy set up, and we'll name this the sales policy. And we'll go to manage the web gateway settings, and we'll just go ahead and say that we want to manage everything. That way it gives a good overview of what all these settings do. And the first part that you can manage is your traditional web filtering. And the first section applies to security options such as uncategorized websites or anonymizers. And then the next section here is everything around traditional productivity filtering, whether it's data sharing websites, inappropriate websites, anything like that. So as an administrator, you can either choose from one of the pre-existing templates, or you can drill in deeper and actually say on a per category basis what you want to allow or block. So for the purpose of this demo, we'll choose one of the pre-existing templates, which is just to say keep it clean, which means to block anything that might be inappropriate or controversial. From there, we'll go to websites that are tagged and manage those. And what this means is that you can customize certain websites, so you can specify certain websites that you want to block or to allow. So this is whitelisting or blacklisting. And so I've already configured some of these sites into a demo category, and all the websites that are in this category or are tagged as demo, I'm going to say to block them. And one of the websites that I've done here is Netflix. So I'll show a demo upcoming of actually blocking that website. Other settings here are more advanced settings, such as how you want to log all this data, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Whether you want to strip parameters and URLs. This is especially relevant for when you're doing SSL scanning and there might be sensitive parameters in there like usernames or passwords. And then the next setting is around SSL scanning and what categories you want to scan. Settings around being able to customize blog pages, and a number of other settings that we won't go into today, but we really encourage you to explore at a later time. But the last one we want to set up is our data filters. And data filters is really important for those companies that want to look for particular content, for particular keywords or structured data such as credit card numbers or social security numbers, and want to monitor the flow of that data, whether they want to block it or they want to audit that data. And so for this, we will say if the keyword strategy is encountered, and if it's encountered 10 times, we want to block the flow of that data. And this could be in anything from an HTML web page to a Word document, PDF document. The Cloud Web Gateway is intelligent to scan all of this different type of content that flows over the network. So we'll add this keyword. Now before we go ahead and save this policy, I want to point out that the Cloud Web Gateway is already installed on my machine. It's a lightweight agent, but it's not yet applied to me as a user. So I'm going to go ahead and first apply it to me. And then go ahead, and once I click save, what happens is that this policy is propagated through our globally distributed network of gateways. And we run these worldwide, and a policy like this is usually propagated within 1 to 2 minutes, so it's very fast. And now these policies follow me wherever I might be in the world. So while that's loading, we'll bring up browser. So you'll now see that I am connected, and that took less than a minute. So now my policies that I've set up are now following me. So we'll first try to go to a website, call it guns.com. And this is a website that should be caught by our category filtering. And you'll see that it was blocked as part of the weapons category. So it's as part of the productivity filtering we set up to block anything controversial. This is blocked. And now we'll go to Netflix, which I had previously set up as a custom rule to block that website. And you'll see that Netflix is now blocked. Now I want to visit some content that might have the word strategery in it. So I'm going to go to Urban Dictionary to look up strategery. And you'll see that this website was blocked as part of my data filter rule that I just set up strategery. So everything is working as expected. And now as a network administrator, I might want to go a little bit further and see some real-time activity logs of what my users are doing. So just like a firewall that you have on premise or a UTM, the Cloud Web Gateway has a real-time activity log, a real-time logging of everything that's going on. So you can see in the logs the network traffic that's going through, even a few of my events. But maybe you want to get a little bit more granular and you want to see certain events. So we want to look just for block events. So we'll do that. And you'll see that I have some block events recently from the websites I just visited. From guns.com was blocked as a category filter. Netflix was blocked as part of a URL filter. And Urban Dictionary is blocked as part of that data filter. And if I want to go to that next level of forensics, I can drill into this. And I can see additional details such as the user, the device, the destination website, the source IP information, the target IP information. So a lot more information about this particular event, which is very helpful for a network administrator. Now, if I want to go one level above this, something that's really important to everyone is reports. So within Cloud Web Gateway, there's a whole host of standard reports that a network administrator can see. Right when they log in, they can see network bandwidth over a certain amount of time. So this shows you real-time network bandwidth on a per-hour basis. And you can even take this and you can do it over a day, over a week, any way that you want to see this data. It's also very important for network administrators. They want to see how people are using their data. So maybe what are the applications that are the most common. And so you can see down here some of the most common applications that are being used within the organization, or maybe the categories that are the most frequently visited. And so this shows the categories that are taking up the most bandwidth, which can be very helpful for a network administrator. There's lots of different ways to look at this data. You can even look at how many blocks are happening in a certain time frame. Or you can see what user is getting blocked the most often. And in this report, you can see that I am one of the most frequently blocked users within the organization. So all different types of ways to look at reporting data across the organization. And this is an area where on the Cloud Web Gateway team, we continue to add new reports on a weekly basis. So it's an area that we're heavily investing in. So I'll conclude the demo there and just want to conclude by saying that at Sophos, web security is part of our DNA, and the Cloud Web Gateway is perfect for organizations with users on the go. Whether your users have a PC, Mac, iPad, iPhone, or Android devices, you can be confident your users are being protected 24/7 with Sophos Cloud Web Gateway. Thanks a lot for attending.